Hi, just going to have a look at Peak Resources, okay, redo the chart again. Um, PEK, okay. Basically, what we've got here is, this is the daily chart, and sorry it's a real mess, but this is, basically a trading chart of mine. What you'll find here is we've got the last high at 73.5, and I'd be thinking that has been resistance in the past and now it's broken that. It will now become support. Also, we have one other thing here, and this guy is a really smart guy. He's the automated turtle trader for Metastock, and he's produced a buy signal here. He's also produced them there to push it up there, here, okay, here, 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 here. So when you look down there at below 10 cents, the turtle's been in nice and early. So he's now also, and he's put other buys in here as well. So he's just put one stop in there, and now the turtle's back in again. So the turtle's trading this stock very well. Okay, I've also put a Andrews pitchfork on the chart. Okay, and as we can see, that's where it opened, that's where it traded up to. The 161 fib projected, this is a fib projection, okay, for a target. Okay, it hit it perfectly, 84 cents. Couldn't have centimetre perfect, Dennis, is what I'd say. So in my book, what it needs to do now is to break through that blue line. That's the medium line on the pitchfork, and I would expect it to do that. It could open up Monday, because this announcement came out on a Friday before a bullish US, but no one knew that the US was going to be bullish on a Friday, and US usually has a bullish Monday. So I'd expect this stock to open up above that medium line, okay, at around about 82 cents. I'd say it probably could, but if it does come back to the 73, I would expect that to be support. Okay, so I just bear that in mind. Okay, that's on the daily chart. The next target up, and what we're looking at here is just under $1.13, okay, on that projected, but also on the actual fib projection from this high to this low is more like $1.18, okay, is where probably the next movements of the stock would go. Also, what we have here is just about around that dollar mark would be a range complete, okay, is what one would be thinking. But with the announcement that came out, I wouldn't be surprised if this range, instead of starting from here, okay, now starts, and I'll just see if I can click on this thing, now starts from roughly around about there. So that would take us up into these fib levels, and that's what I'd be thinking that range is probably going to range from there, okay? Now, that's the bad news. The good news is the MACD on the daily indicator has a lot more to go. We have a look up here to see how far the MACD went last time, and you can see the amount that it's still got to go. The SCOF has still got more to go. We've got huge volume here, and it's not bad for a Friday. The DEMA has just come into 54, okay, which is where I consider a buy, okay, even though we had a buy signal put back in here, and let's see how smart this system is. Okay, that buy signal is right there on that candle there, okay, so that little DEMA that I've got in here, which is, you know, off an RSI, is working to a T. That was a beautiful in for anybody who was in before the announcement. The 54 is where you would consider a buy, okay, even though it's shot like a wounded rabbit and it's off, okay. There's still a lot more to go in this stock. That is, and this is just the daily chart. Just wait till we get to the weekly chart, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. But we've got huge volumes here. The SCOTH still has further to go. The MACD has a lot further to go, and the DEMA on the daily chart has been to 80 before and can go back there again. And if for the DEMA to take that amount of time to get up there to 80 would mean a really huge increase in actual price. So I wouldn't be surprised if our fib targets were well and truly exceeded here. I would not be surprised one little bit. Okay, so I'm going to come back in a minute with the weekly. Okay, we're back here with the weekly chart, and basically what I want to show you here is on the weekly chart that Turtle is predicted another buy here as well, and also this is a massive big white candle. It's the biggest white candle that has basically been on the chart. Okay, so read into what you want, but I'd be suggesting that tells you something that this has had a very good run along here, but this is the biggest, whitest candle that it's ever had. Would be telling me it's got a lot further to go. There's our Andrews pitchforks here, okay, and I have one going back to the other low, back there somewhere, okay, which produced a top, and these two crossed. So, and it was also that 161 projected fib at 84 cents. Okay, so the other thing to look at here is what we're going to look up a bit further is that's our range target. Okay, and I did talk about on the thread about being cup and handle, and the cup and handle I think was a 95 cents target as well. Okay, the thing here with this range target is the new range going to be from there, so that puts it in above the dollar range, which could easily do, or is it going to come up to our fibs like we were saying before? And there's the 161 and the 261 sitting around that $1.15, $1.12 mark. Okay, so they're basically telling us where they think it will go. The other thing with the weekly on the Bollingers, we can see here that it's done 1, 2, 3 weeks outside the Bollingers. Okay, so that's the 3 rule I use: 3 days on the daily, 3 days on the weekly, 3 months on the monthly. It can spend outside the Bollingers before it needs to take time off. As we notice, it's first week just outside the Bollingers. So there, once it breaks this level here, and you see that old high go, this stock will really take off, in my opinion, is what I tend to be thinking. Just want to have a look at the indicators on the weekly, and we can see that these guys have a long way to go. You know, like there's your MACD last time it ran, and you know, this is basically where it's at now. And on the weekly, it is just signaled to buy. Okay, the SCOTH is up here, but we can see last time it ran, the SCOTH set up here for ages. Now this is the exciting bit over here, that we've got 85 odd cents on a weekly DEMA, and we've got 90 cents on a weekly DEMA. Look how much further it has to go. And the other thing is, as we look at it here, it produced a buy back here, okay, and it's produced another buy here, okay. Now, let's just see where it produced those. And it's done pretty well. Every time it predicts a buy, it's a buy. Okay, and yeah, here we go. So back to the indicators. Um, that there is sitting around about 64 on the DEMA on the weekly, and it can run back to 90. Or if we even have a look at it and just put a little line across both those tops, it could even go a little bit higher than 90 on the weekly DEMA. Now, when you're talking this, this is EXT type stuff, okay? This is pretty monumental stuff. So, yeah, there's a good reason for why it can do that, So, check your fundamentals, okay? I'm just going to quickly have a look at the monthly chart. Just back here with the monthly chart, and here's this really smart little turtle guy buying in down here before, and he's still in it now. Okay, he's in it down here, and he's produced another buy signal here. The thing that I note with the Bollingers here on the monthly, it's done the right thing again. It's 1, 2, 3 months outside the bollies, then it had to come inside. Okay, it's had 1 month outside, then it's come back inside. Okay, and now it is just snuck out again this month. And don't forget, this is not the end of this month yet. So this could crank right up here, and this would still be only the first month out of the Bollingers on a monthly chart. And just remembering what I was saying before, it can spend 3 months, okay, out there. Okay, so pretty exciting stuff if I was holding peak, and I am, and I love it to bits. But yeah, I'm just looking at this realistically, and so if we go back and we have a look at that high, which is the new high, now once we break that and that medium line, this stock's really going to get a rocket under it. Whether if that happens on Monday or whether that happens after the next lot of results, I don't know. But I'd be saying after all the press on the weekend and everything, I'd be holding on to my hats on Monday for peakers. And basically it from me. I'll catch you at the raffles.